thrilled I get to do another build for one of my best friends. This is going to be a fun one. We just got back from Micro Center yesterday. We didn't get the deals we were hoping for, but my friend just wants an affordable mid-range PC. He was comfortable paying about $1,000 in addition to the parts we gave him. And, he felt comfortable, going with a cool aesthetic. We have a theme we want to do. And, the parts we got new are really dope, and I'm going to go over everything. I'm really excited about this list. I think it's kind of the perfect mid-range PC right now. Even if you have to pay way too much for a graphics card. Okay, so first let's go over, just get the used stuff out of the way. If you watched my last video, I talked about, gave him a Ryzen 5 1500X. That and the 1600X are like really dope 4 and 6 core CPUs. I highly recommend for any mid-range build. I personally now use the 1600X, so I'm giving this 1500X I had to my buddy for his build because it's a great chip. It still is, especially for the money. If you're buying one new and you get it, it was this 190 when I got it new, like when it first came out. It's down a bit from there, so that's a good thing you can still snag affordably. For RAM, since RAM prices are so crazy high, we didn't actually pay what was on this. We paid $230 for this because we figured RAM we're gonna pay $2 anyway. Why not pay the extra $30 to get really good Corsair RAM that's 3200 megahertz and has red LEDs that's gonna match the build. Really nice, really cool stuff. The MSI board was not my first choice, but I checked out some reviews. It seems to pass the test. Certainly matches our build, was still within price range, and checks all the boxes. We only needed the 2 RAM slots, 1 graphics card slot. This is an MATX build. It's going to be a hard-hitting, mid-range heavy hitter. It's got the M.2 slot that we need. What else does it have that we need? It doesn't have Wi-Fi. I should bring the Wi-Fi card up. I do have a Wi-Fi card we're going to stick in. Okay, so this is the Aorus 6GB 1060, and they have a few different models here. This is kind of their upper in-between model, dual fan. And we'll unbox it in a minute. I'll just make it part of this video. I'll throw in a show off of this card and this motherboard. And for storage, we are going with a full, not quite a full, but 500 gigabytes of M.2 storage, and that's going to be it. That's going to be his whole system. If he needs, we'll throw in a hard drive down the road, but for now, we're going for pure speed. And all of this, I'm not going to give exact numbers, but even with the flare and everything, we're at about 1,000 to 1,100. Oh, the other thing I didn't mention, the case, the fractal case we reviewed in the last video that we absolutely love. We got that on a pretty good sale. I think it was $60. So if you can get it at that price, don't you dare not. If you're thinking about it, it's dope. It does everything you want. Let's start unboxing some stuff and then I can do a build. Let's do our seating of our CPU and all that. Let's put this over there for a sec. So yeah, let's seat everything. First of all, my first impressions, build quality on this board's pretty nice. It looks like it does have some cooling that at least might do something. It's pretty compact. 1 slot for the graphics, 2 for the RAM. Pretty minimal, but I think it's going to get the job done. Board was about $80. I think that's a fair price for something that can overclock and looks like it won't break if you do overclock it. Nice metal reinforcement on the slot. We'll report on performance after the fact. As far as the graphics card, this is a ridiculous cooler to be putting on a 1060. So just long story short, I expect really good performance, and that's about it. Out of this thing, this should be in the top echelon of 6GB 1060 performance. Yeah, totally. Looking forward to this one. All right, so let's seat some things. Where's our CPU? Here's our little CPU. We're gonna start with that. Actually, at some point I'm gonna have to stop because I gotta get some alcohol and some thermal paste. Here's our buddy, and just to make sure, it'll check all our pins. Oh, beautiful. So, this isn't really like the biggest how-to. This is more just how I do it. These instructions will not apply to every build for sure, but for anyone on the AM4, and this will certainly have some similarities to other builds, take that gold triangle, find the little triangle notched out of the 4 triangles in here, retention arm, lift that baby up, 0 insertion force, you just, here, I'm gonna do it one more time, look at that. I just find where the holes are and drop it in. Baby goes right in, and then real gentle, that's it. If you feel something like really hard stop you along the way, stop what you're doing, try it again. This whole process, the arm, the insertion, everything is really resistance free. And now you can see the CPU. If I try and lift up on it, it's in there. It's in there tight. Don't try that. You might rip a pin off if you do it too hard, but it's in there. That's the point. So let's throw some RAM in there now. These are absolutely gorgeous modules, and I don't even have to look in the book or on the board or anything. It tells me right here. Oh, this is ridiculous. It tells me what slots to load it in. In the case of 4 DIMM slots, there are only 2 DIMM slots. So that's kind of hilarious, I find. I don't think it matters which one's which, but I have had an issue with that in the past. That would probably be down to the RAM over the slot, I would guess. Is there, oh, these are beautiful. These are like really nice aluminum on all sides. And of course, they're gonna have that red LED. Let's match up our notches. Or some motherboards are gonna have the RAM slots on one side, some have it on both sides. So just make sure you've opened all of them if they are all on there. Let me spin this around so you can see. Give it a click, and that's it. Unlike the CPU, RAM definitely does take some pressure. So before you put that pressure, make sure you got it in the right spot. Every slot might be, you know, they're all pretty similar, but they can differ. Like I said, some have clips on one side, some have clips on both sides, so take that into account. All right, now before, should I put the graphics card in first? No, before I put the graphics card in, I gotta get some thermal paste. I'll be right back. So I couldn't find my Cryonaut, but I found some EK paste that should do just fine. We're gonna use that. Let me slap some on. My mouth to open thermal paste, great idea, kids. Does it even untwist? No, it just pulls off. Neat. Oh wait, before I do this, I'm not thinking things through. I know which orientation I want to mount this. I need to know. Right, we're going like that. So I have for this, where is it? This is an AM4 mounting kit I got from Deep Cool. It was like $5 or something. Interesting. Doesn't really have any instruction. So we'll figure out what this is. I'm assuming these go on replace these. Is that how it works? I'm so confused.